Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley details mental breakdown during new reality series. Savannah Chrisley is taking the bad with the good. Ahead of the release of her family's new show The Chrisleys, Back to Reality, which chronicles the family's fight for the release of parents Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley from prison and their return home. The 28-year-old shared a candid confession about her showing on the series. "I'm excited, but also just mortified," Savannah revealed during the August 12 episode of her podcast Unlocked. "At what an absolute basket case I may look like in 1 or 2 episodes." As she explained, between trying to fight for her parents' release while taking care of her siblings Grayson, 19, Chloe, 12, and navigating her relationship with now ex Robert Shiver, Savannah had a lot going on. "I had a full-on mental breakdown over my relationship and life falling apart, and being solo and magazine headlines that I got drug into, and all the things," she continued. "So just be prepared for that, guys." As she emphasized, the series is an honest portrayal of that overwhelming time. Read Savannah Chrisley says ex-Robert Shiver ghosted her after reconciliation. "The show is going to cover it all," she said. "And I think what's so exciting about this show is that it started following just, hey, this is where we're at. This is where the family's at. We're an absolute diabolical dumpster fire. And then it shows me like fighting for my parents." She noted one of the cool things about the series is it brings on lawyers and investigators, takes viewers through the ins and outs of her parents' case, the trial and immunity deals before their pardon by President Donald Trump. "Then it ends in a full circle moment with my parents coming home," Savannah continued. "I'm just so excited for you all to see this come to life, because I feel like this is the start to something new." But her mental breakdown, as she described it, isn't the only drama the series promises to include. In fact, the series trailer teased a growing rift between Savannah and her older sister, Lindsay Chrisley, over an alleged communication between Lindsay and law enforcement. The prosecutors read the letter Lindsay wrote to the FBI, Savannah explained before taking aim at the 35-year-old. "We're no longer family. Lose our last name." And indeed, she's not the only family member seemingly frustrated with Lindsay. In a confessional, Grayson notes, "We've had own family members betray us." To see the fallout, however, fans will need to tune into the Chrisleys. Back to Reality, which is currently slated for a September 1 release. In the meantime, keep reading for more shows premiering this year. Savannah Chrisley has never been one to sugarcoat her truth. From the days when fans first met her on Chrisley Knows Best, the blonde Southern belle has worn her heart on her sleeve. Sharp wit, quick comebacks, and the occasional tear all rolled into one. But in her newest reality series, she's letting viewers in on a side of her life that even longtime followers might not be prepared for. The unraveling that came with what she calls a full-on mental breakdown. The word breakdown carries weight. It's messy. It's raw. And when Savannah uses it, she doesn't mean it in a light-hearted, flippant way. Cameras rolled as she hit a wall, the pressure of caring for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, after Todd and Julie's incarceration, the scrutiny of headlines, and the suffocating responsibility of becoming the family's glue long before she felt ready. For Savannah, who's always been the picture of poise in heels and lashes, her breaking point was both terrifying and strangely liberating. The perfect facade cracks. Savannah built her brand on confidence. Whether launching her cosmetics line, co-hosting podcasts, or walking red carpets, she seemed to radiate a sense of knowing exactly who she was. But perfection has its price. "In my family, we were always taught to present well," Savannah admits in one confessional clip, her voice trembling but steady. hairbrushed, smile on, no matter what was going on behind the scenes. And I got really good at that. Too good. Until suddenly, it all came crashing down. That crash wasn't glamorous. On the show, viewers see her in sweats, hair messy, her face bare of makeup. There are nights where she's pacing the kitchen, trying to quiet her racing thoughts, and mornings where she struggles to even get out of bed. The cameras, usually a safety net of performance, captured the unraveling she could no longer hide. It was like my body just said, "No more," Savannah explains. I'd wake up crying. I'd drive my car in silence for hours just so the kids wouldn't see me lose it. I wanted to be strong for them, but inside I was completely falling apart. Parenting before her time. At only 26, Savannah was suddenly thrust into the role of full-time guardian. Grayson, still a teenager, and Chloe, still a child, both needed stability when their parents reported to prison. Savannah became their provider, disciplinarian, chauffeur, tutor, cook, and emotional anchor. The weight of those roles, she admits, was crushing. People love to say, "Oh, she's strong, she's handling it," Savannah says during one episode. But no one saw me at 3 a.m., sitting in the laundry room on the floor, trying to figure out how to be a mom and a sister at the same time. Her mental breakdown, in many ways, wasn't a single explosion. It was a series of tiny cracks that kept deepening. Forgotten appointments, missed deadlines, panic attacks behind closed doors. All of it compounded until there was no way to keep the illusion of control alive. Facing the cameras. What makes Savannah's new reality series so different from her past television ventures is its unfiltered honesty. Instead of carefully edited storylines and tidy family squabbles, it dives into her messy reality. One standout scene shows her on the phone with her therapist, admitting that she fears letting her parents down. "I want to be everything Mom and Dad, can't be right now," she says, "but I don't even know who I am anymore." In another, she walks off set mid-interview, overwhelmed. Later, she explains, "I thought I could talk about it, but sometimes the words just choke me. Like if I actually admit how bad it is, that I won't survive it." Those moments, though uncomfortable, are what give the show its power. For the first time, fans see Savannah not as the sassy daughter or the entrepreneur, but as a young woman in the throes of a very real mental health crisis, finding strength in vulnerability. Ironically, it's the very breakdown she feared that has become the source of her strength. By showing her lowest moments, Savannah is shattering the stigma that often keeps people silent. "I thought if people saw me lose it, they'd think I was weak," she says. But it turns out the more honest I am, the more people reach out and say, "Me too." That's what's keeping me going. The response from fans has been overwhelming. Social media is flooded with comments from viewers praising her courage and thanking her for saying out loud what many quietly endure. Mothers, siblings, and even fellow reality stars have messaged her to share their own breakdown stories, creating a community where shame used to live. Rebuilding in real time. The series doesn't end with Savannah magically cured or neatly put back together. Instead, it documents her slow, ongoing climb toward healing. She leans on therapy, faith, journaling, and learning to ask for help, something she admits she's always struggled with.